us a little bit about the puddings you brought in for us today. Leah, you go first.
My dessert's called Caught Up in the Brambles. It's a caramelised baked Cox apple slice with elderflower cream and poached blackberries.
Fantastic. And Olivia?
And mine's called Forager's Tart, and it's my grandma's apples and crab apples and cranberries.
Fantastic. And I might have a taste of this one first of all. How did you get into cooking first of all?
It was, I started at home when I was younger with my mum and dad. I do bits in the kitchen when they're cooking, like dinner and things like that. But I got into the competition because my catering teacher, Mrs Thomas, saw potential in me and wanted me to.
And was it really tense during the competition? I'm just trying. Sorry, it's a bit tricky.
I was nervous, so it didn't really help. But
I was going to say, what's been your biggest inspiration to get into cooking?
Well, mine's my mum's. She's been encouraging me to cook since I was younger, and I've always wanted to help out in the kitchen. And
what inspired you to the dish that Louisa's trying at the moment?
Actually, that's Leah's, I think. It's really good. Really good. Is it sort of inspired by autumn, I suppose? It tastes really nice and autumnal.
Yeah.
Fab. And why don't you
I'm going to give this one a bit of a go, actually, whilst we have a chat about this. Tell us a little bit more about this one. What was the inspiration behind this?
So my grandma has an apple tree in her garden, so I thought I would incorporate them into it. So that's the main filling.
Fantastic.
And then it's called Forager's Tartlet because I picked the crab apples on the top from the hedgerows through Kent.
Lovely.
So it's inspired by seasonal food.
Does it taste good?
It's a lovely, rich flavour. It really is very nice. Very great flavours in there, and you can really taste the, as I say, the flavours really come out
really
nice.
Good. Yeah, really lovely. And do you both want to go into cooking as a career at all? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm really interested in a chefing career.
And yourself?
I've thought about it, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to go into yet.
And do you want to do other competitions as well? Obviously, the Bake Off's the massive one, MasterChef, that sort of thing.
Yeah. When I get older, I'll think about it, and I really want to have a go at them.
Do you watch MasterChef and Bake Off and get inspiration from there?
Yeah. I find them really interesting. We watch them as a family.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? When you see that, I suppose it really it helps youngsters then sort of get into the kitchen and make fantastic dishes like these. Yeah,
what's really nice about these is obviously inspired by your family, and they must encourage you quite a lot then?
Yeah, they're really encourageable. Yeah.
And in terms of sort of the other people who were part of the competition, what was that like? Obviously you were pitted against each other. What was it like going into the kitchens?
I think we were all under like pressure, and it was just nerves really. So.
Was there any time constraints like you see sometimes on these shows where you've only got an hour to make it or something like that?
We had 2 hours for both dishes.
Oh right, okay. So how difficult is that to make something like this in that sort of time?
It's difficult because you have to serve it hot, so it's good for the judges, but it was better because you had warming plates, so you could make it better.
And is there any sort of tense period where the judges have gone away and tasted it, like you see sometimes on these shows, then they come back and they're like, oh, this was a bit dodgy, or that was nice.
Yeah.
And in terms, obviously you cooked a main as well as a pudding. What were your mains?
My main was called Lewes Duck Race, and where my school is, which is in Lewes, there's a charity event, and it's to do with like yellow ducks racing. So that was what my main was called, but it was a lavender and honey glazed duck breast on a bed of pickled spinach and mushrooms with potato, bacon and cheese roses.